team members here have told me that crew is the ultimate team sport. That's because any mistake really sticks out. And what do you know, I'm making a bunch of them. I do not belong in this boat. The ice tower is great for beginners, and with all the help available here, it's a good way to learn.
Jose's back in Binghamton and lots of folks coming out.
Yeah, there is expected to be a pretty good sized crowd tonight, so much that they're thinking they'll probably have to move some of us reporters into some other seats, but that's all right, we'll make room. Reese Haven made room for him by sharing his jersey number. Of course, when an all-star like Jose Reyes comes to town, it's an honor to give up your number. Now, we did speak to him before the game. After a 69-63 win in the NIT season tip-off tournament, Coach Boeheim said the Orange had a lot of learning opportunities on this trip to New York City. One thing they worked on quite a bit was coming from behind. The Orange say they had a lot of heart and showed that they can get things done when the game is on the line.
2 baskets off of our press. We just got to get our offense better.
So the Orange leave the Garden with an NIT season tip-off title and plans to work on their offense. They'll hope to get it firing on all cylinders on Tuesday night when they faced Eastern Michigan at the Carrier Dome. In New York City at Madison Square Garden, I'm Aaron McElherne for YNN Sports.
Aaron, not a bad day out there, weather-wise, and also for our upstate native, Regan Smith.
That's right, Mark. We did see some jet dryers out here, but the sun has come out this afternoon, and we've got in our practice laps as scheduled. Not a big deal with the weather this afternoon. Of course, we did see some jet dryers early. They're the slowest vehicles in motorsports. We saw far too much of those for my taste, but the sun did come out, and the drivers were on the track at about 4 o'clock. In the meantime, while they waited, they got a chance to talk to the media. Cato's Regan Smith said the more laps he can get in on the track here at Watkins Glen International, the more he will be able to learn.
Anytime we're at the track, we want to be on the track.
Portland junior linebacker John Stevens had never been in the hospital before in his life, not even for a broken arm or to have his tonsils removed as a kid. But after participating in the football team's bone marrow donor registration drive, he got a call that would change that and save the life of a newborn girl in California who was spending lots of time in the hospital fighting leukemia.
Knowing that I was able to help somebody else, having the opportunity to do that, I just went on and did it.
Stevens donated his bone marrow in January 2011 and then waited for more than a year before he was able to find out how the baby girl he had helped was making out.
Before I came to camp, I finally got an email from the mother saying that she's 100% healthy.
Fighting leukemia is a pretty hard way to start your life, but now Clara Boyle should be just fine thanks to a little bit of dragon blood from her hero here in Cortland.
The knight in shining armor that they didn't even know they had out there, and Claire, I'm sure probably doesn't even understand the whole thing, and his blood coursing through her veins, and it's dragon's blood. Should be all right.
The Cortland linebacker and the California 2-year-old he saved have become frequent online chatters and will soon get the chance to meet in person as her and her family come to Cortland to watch the Red Dragons take on Brockport.
I think they at least talk like once a week. He's got her as his screensaver, and it's cool to see that they have that bond together.
To actually personally see them face to face, it's going to be a great moment. A great moment, really.
The story began with a swab of Stevens' mouth to gather cheek cells for the donor registry 2 years ago, and will now be highlighted by smiles from cheek to cheek as the Cortland linebacker and the little girl from California meet for the first time this weekend. In Cortland, I'm Aaron McElherne, YNN Sports. Before it's all said and done, Sean Rossi could be Division III's all-time career assists leader. He's 124 short of the top of the list now, but the long journey towards the front of the record books began before he even came to Ithaca College.
In high school, I had 3 other players that went to go play college basketball, so I've always had players to pass to. As soon as I got here, I had some of the best scorers in the country. So, as a freshman, I really wanted to pass first and look to score second.
When Sean Rossi came in, we basically handed him the ball and said, here, the responsibility is yours. And, he hit the ground running. His freshman year, he led us to a 20-win season in the ECAC championship, and he's really never looked back.
Rossi makes a great point guard because of his willingness to help his teammates find ways to score. It's really all part of who he is. On a frame. Okay. Hey, thanks for the assist.
No problem. A lot better.
I don't know if I've ever seen him lay down his coat for somebody to walk across a mud puddle on or anything like that, but he is very outgoing. He's very helpful.
Day to day, I try to keep a smile on my face, be nice to everyone I see, and help out if help's needed.
He's so helpful, Coach Mullins has had to push Rossi to shoot more, and it's working. Rossi could become the first player in Division III history to post 1,000 career assists and 1,000 career points.
I got you.
In Ithaca, I'm Aaron McElherne, YNN Sports.
Every football coach in the world says it. You can't win the game if you lose the turnover battle, and that was the problem for Syracuse this afternoon. It's been a problem the Orange just can't shake. Also costly was the blocked field goal that the Scarlet Knights returned for a touchdown.
That's been the problem, since I've been here. We've been hurting ourselves, and we have to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating. I mean, we work so hard, and then go out there and really just hurt ourselves. It's getting extremely frustrating. I think we made some plays, but at the end of the day, we kind of hurt ourselves and didn't make plays when we needed to.
That was definitely one of the biggest plays of the game. It came around my side, so that's my fault. And I just got to play better. I think you have to start with yourself. I have to play a lot better. I probably played my worst game, so I'm going to start with myself, and I got to get better.
They good special teams, man. Things happen out there. We knew they were going to come with a block, or they're going to come real hard, and they got a great special team. We just had to think come out there and make a play too.
It's real frustrating especially as hard as those guys work, offensive line and receivers and running backs. We work hard. So when it don't turn out the way we want, it's very frustrating.
SU will have to put this loss behind them in a hurry because it's a short turnaround this week as former SU head coach Paul Pasqualoni and the Connecticut Huskies come to the Dome on Friday night. In New Jersey, I'm Aaron McElherne, YNN Sports.